everybody, welcome back to our channel. Welcome if you're new. If you are new, we'd love to have you. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified anytime that we post. Also, if you've been here before, welcome back. We're going to start with sheet pan fajitas this week on this What's for Dinner. So you'll need some extra virgin olive oil, your favorite fajita seasoning. Right here I have some bell peppers that I froze probably a week ago with some onions and mushrooms, and those have just been thawing out on my counter. You will need a couple of limes, and I have 2 packages of frozen shrimp. I got the peeled and deveined. I thought I got tail off, but I obviously got tail on. So right here I'm just pouring those shrimp into a bowl into my sink. I'm going to put some cold water in there and get those thawed out so they'll cook evenly and I'm able to take those tails off. Alright, so right here, as you can see, I have my gloves on. I have really long nails and I didn't want to get shrimp juice and pieces into my fingernails, so I'm just taking the tails off of these shrimp. I don't really have much of a recipe for this, so there's nothing I can really link down below. I can just put the ingredients down there if you're interested in making this for you or your family, but just taking them tails off. Okay, so right here you're going to want to set your oven to bake for 450 for 8 minutes, and then after that you're going to put it on broil for 2 minutes. So I've got my sheet pan out, obviously, these are sheet pan fajitas, and I'm just taking 2 big pieces of foil and lining my sheet pan with the foil. Okay, after you have your sheet pan lined with foil, what I'm doing here is taking out the vegetables from the bag and lining them in a pretty even layer on the sheet pan. I'm using tongs because at the very bottom of that bag, when you thaw out vegetables, they tend to release a lot of liquid. So by using tongs, I am eliminating some of that liquid. After I get the vegetables on, I'm going to go ahead and put on my shrimp. Okay, as you can see, I have all my shrimp and veggies on. I did put a nice coating of olive oil to make sure nothing sticks. And right now I am taking 1 fajita seasoning. I grabbed 2, but I only ended up using 1 because everything coated really well. So after I sprinkled that fajita seasoning on, I'm just taking those tongs and mixing everything around to make sure everything has a nice even coat. So every little vegetable and every little shrimp gets that fajita seasoning. Okay, now I'm taking that sheet pan and I am putting it in my oven. Sorry about that, oven really needs a cleaning. And I'm setting my timer for 8 minutes. So while my fajitas are in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and slice up some limes. Let me tell you something. I got the worst knife to cut these limes. It was an entire struggle bus. So as you can see, I'm having a little bit of a hard time, but I promise I know how to cut things. It was just I picked a horrible knife to do this job. So it's been 8 minutes. I'm going to take my oven off bake and put it on broil. And I know I said 2 minutes, but I probably broiled them for maybe 5. I wanted a good char on them. And here they are, out of the oven, all done. Just gonna sit those down, let them sit for a minute, and get the fixings to go with them. So we have a pretty diverse bunch as far as eating in our household. We have someone who's on keto, a person who does low carb, which is myself, and then we have people who just eat whatever. So we have some low carb tortillas, regular tortillas, the lime, some sour cream, green salsa, sriracha, and any cheese. So it's time to eat. I mean, you can put whatever you want on your fajitas. This is my mom making hers. She's keto, so she's just taking what she wants and putting it on her fajitas. I want to just take a second and say I'm sorry about the audio. I know it's a little rough, but we're new to this, and I promise to get a mic very soon. So this is my 10-year-old niece, Tegan. She wanted to be our taste tester. As you can see, she's a little camera shy, but she absolutely loved the fajitas. Only shrimp, of course, no vegetables for her. But they turned out really, really good. So we're on to our next meal. Alright, so next up we have our quick and easy nachos. Everybody makes nachos differently. This is just our quick and easy way. Right here I have 3 pounds of ground turkey. It's in a Walmart bag because it's been thawing on my counter all day. I have 3 of these 25% less sodium taco seasonings. We like to keep the sodium content down on the foods that we eat, so we have some no salted black beans, 25% less sodium refried beans, some black olives, Taco Bell sauce, a lime. We have some lightly salted tortilla chips and some hint of lime tortilla chips and some tomatoes. Right here I have our ground turkey in the pan. I'm just taking my little meat chopper and chopping that turkey up into, well, small bite-sized pieces. Nobody likes big chunks of meat on their nachos. And then right here I am taking a can of refried beans. Again, I said this is quick and easy, so sometimes I'll cook them on the stove, sometimes they'll go in the oven, but tonight they are going in Rubbermaid and going in the microwave. Now I'm taking 2 tomatoes that I washed and I'm cutting them up in bite-sized pieces to sprinkle on top of the nachos. I don't know why I chose to do this on a plate. I have a cutting board, I just don't know why I didn't use it. Okay, here is our meat all cooked and drained. So I'm opening up the taco seasonings and pouring all 3 of those in there. It says on the back of the package about how much water to use. I just eyeball it. I've been making taco meat for years, so I just pour enough water until it gets to the right consistency that I like. So here is our cooked taco meat. This is the consistency that I like. I like it to be well moistened. I hate that word, but also not soupy. So there it is. And right here are the finished product. We have our black olives, our limes, our tomatoes, the taco meat, cheeses, salsas, Taco Bell sauce, sour cream, chips, refried beans, black beans, just everything you need to make your nachos. So let's go ahead and assemble. In the last video, we got my mom making her fajitas. This time, we have my sister showing us how she likes her nachos. What I love about nachos is you can have as many toppings as you want, and everybody makes their nachos completely different. So here's a little music montage of my sister Taylor making her nachos. Thanks again for watching, and we hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.